This is episode 49 of Talk Wrestling. Different location than the last 3 we've done. Because I'm in front of a computer, because my printer at home sucks. And I need to have questions in front of me from MySpace. This is the first time I've had questions from you, the people that watch on MySpace. Thank you, whoever you are. Whoever you are that watch on MySpace. This is from one of our longtime fans here on the show, Blue Rain. What was your all-time favorite WCW moment? Anything pre-1998. Okay. Probably... God, there were a lot, surprisingly. There were a lot for me. I liked WCW back when they were good. I would say the first time I saw the NWO as a unit on Nitro. July 15th, 1996, when the Outsiders attacked, and then Hogan came out for the first time in the black outfit. Black bandana, black shirt, black pants. No red and yellow. No sense of color escaping from him whatsoever. And cutting the promo with Dean Gene and getting the stuff thrown at him and saying, what are you going to do to everybody? And telling everybody they're going to take WCW down. That, for me, was cool because it was so different. And you never expected to see Hogan be a bad guy. And you thought maybe that Bash at the Beach was all a dream. But it wasn't. It was real, and it was in your face. And then, of course, a week later, the big attack that the Outsiders pulled, where they threw Mysterio into the side of the building like a lawn dart. They attacked Arn Anderson, the American Males, like I said, Ray. They attacked everybody. And it was scary. But it was funny. Before we get to Jason Gallego's question, because my topic here kind of relates to his question, so I want to talk about it real quick. The recent firings in TNA. Petey Williams, Sanjay Dutt, Lance Hoyt, Lance Rock, whatever you call him, Jimmy Rave. Why? 3 X Division stars and, well, Lance Rock was just kind of there. But, 3 X Division guys. It's ridiculous. The X Division made TNA what it was over the last, now, 7 years. And it was the backbone of the company. Jason's question is, we all know TNA is lacking. One thing people that brought people into or brought people back to TNA was the X Division. They are getting rid of some of the great X Division talent, and the Motor City Machine Guns are a great tag team. So my question would be, should the Guns be a full-time tag team, and if so, do you think they should hire back some great X Division stars to make the X Division as big of a spectacle as it was 5 years ago? And if so, who should they hire to do it? His examples include Michael Shane, Matt Bentley, Austin Aries, who they've had, Kenta, Jerry Lynn, Kid Cash, Sean Waltman, Elix Skipper, and of course the Amazing Red. Yeah, why? A couple weeks ago, I was lambasted and bamboozled because I couldn't remember who the X Division champion was. It's Alex Shelley at the time. Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Black Machismo. Who else? Don't remember. Let's take a look. Since I have all the time I want because we have a full YouTube account back. Yay! Let's just see who is on the X Division. While it's doing that. Yeah, some of these guys you mentioned, Jason, I'd love to see Michael Shane back in TNA. I'd love to see Austin Aries back in TNA if he can keep his nose clean and not get suspended again. Kenta is a great talent. I love him. Jerry Lynn is, he's good. He's still very, very good for a guy his age. That's the problem with Jerry Lynn. He's got the age thing against him now. He's fighting Father Time, unfortunately. Jerry Lynn is great. He's not as great as he once was, though. So, one will have to see. Kid Cash, why isn't he working for either company? Ridiculous that he's not hired right now. Hello, Kitty. Kitty is on camera with Jeff Meacham on Talk Wrestling. Oh, and there he goes back under the... There she goes. There he goes. I don't know. There the cat goes back under the TV. The cat was coming up here for a second and making an appearance. It was funny.
I'm waiting for Wikipedia to load, because Wikipedia is the most reliable thing I have when it comes to the TNA roster. Anyway, we'll come back to TNA roster. We'll come back to that question. Let me move on to the next one.
This is from Pedro. What's your all-time best tag team in wrestling? I think I've answered this before on the show. I don't remember, but I will answer it again because it's a good question. There have been many, many great tag teams in wrestling, and if I had to pick just one, I would have to go with my all-time favorite, the Dudleys. And I'm not talking, the Dudley stable in ECW, just Bubba Ray and Devon, or Brother Ray and Brother Devon now, Team 3D. You can't go wrong with success. 21 or 22, whatever it is, time World Tag Team Champions. They're the best ever. And yeah, they've lost it 22 times, but you know what? To come back and win it back 21 times or whatever it's been, that says that the promoter has faith in you, has faith that you will bring prosperity to the company, and you will help the company flourish. That is a sign of a good character, a good tag team, a good promotional outlet. And that's what the Dudleys Team 3D are.
This is from Floyd Johnson. His screen name is Uncle YFS, no relation, and whatever else it says. I've been watching your show for a while, and I love it. This is the first question I've ever had. When do you think Arn Anderson will get into the WWE Hall of Fame? He was my favorite wrestler of all time, and I think Flair was at his best when AA was by his side. Yeah, we've seen Flair get inducted and had the big hurrah that he had last year before WrestleMania, and had the big goodbye after WrestleMania, of course. I think that it would be very fitting for not only AA, but Barry Windham and Tully Blanchard, that group of the Horsemen, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. That was the best group of the Horsemen that ever existed. Flair, Arn, Tully, and Barry Windham. Those guys deserve it, all four of them. Flair's already in. When Arn gets inducted, it should be Arn, Tully, and Barry at the same time. Three of them should go in together. The Horsemen should have a spot in the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, if they say it's the Horsemen in the Hall of Fame, then you have guys like Lex Luger in there, and Ole Anderson, Dean Malenko. Yeah, Dean Malenko's good. Steve McMichael, and can't even say his name. I've been trained so well I can't even say his name on the show anymore. Those horsemen deserve a shot in the Hall of Fame. I truly believe that, and time will tell whether they get the spot.
This is from Luke. First of all, he says, thank God, I don't know how much more I could take of the Pennsylvania sensation. Dude, what's wrong with Greg Sherry's show? I like the whatever, I forgot the name of the show already. I'm sorry, Greg. But I like Greg's show. I thought it was very good. He meant it to be the successor to this show when I left, and he did a very good job of picking the mantle up. I applaud him for what he did. Luke wants to know if TNA could sign one superstar from WWE, who would it be and why? If TNA could grab one guy from WWE. Right now, based on age, experience, talent, all that, if I was TNA, I would go after... It's a good question. Makes me think. I would say go after Randy Orton or John Cena.
This is from... Oh, man, they didn't put a real name. I'm sorry. It looks like 2 1s, AJ... I'm assuming it's just AJ. Because it's got like 2 1s like this, and then it's got AJ in the middle. I'm assuming it's just AJ. We'll go with that. How do you feel the new show WWE Superstars will work out, because some cable providers don't carry it? Yeah, WWE Superstars, it's a totally new show from the original WWF Superstars. It's on WGN, and it's supposed to be this whole brand new concept for WWE. They're going to have some, I guess, first-run matches on the Chicago-based network, WGN America. And a lot of cable providers don't carry WGN. That's going to hurt WWE in the long run. But I think that it will benefit them to have another show just to showcase their talent more, and to open them up to people that necessarily don't watch WWE on, USA or My Network TV or on Sci-Fi. That new network will provide them with more of a broader audience. Even though it's carried in limited areas of the country, you'll still see a broader audience, and you may see better ratings in those areas for that show.
I promised myself I wouldn't bring back the face palm or whatever the hell it was, question of the week. But this is it. A Cubs fan, 89, I don't know, I can't read it. Real names, people. Real names, people. I'm going to break Aaron's desk. Sorry, Aaron. Will Jack Swagger be WWE Champion in a year's time? No! Will he be ECW Champion in a month's time? No! Will he be champion in my eyes ever? No! Christian should have beat him. He's terrible. He had a good match with Christian and all that, but no. 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 No.
This is from Hustle, Loyalty, Respects. And he's got the John Cena 12 rounds poster as his thing. Must be a John Cena fan. Just guessing. He's got a couple of questions. Actually, this one, Jim's Iceman is his name, apparently. Do you think that WWE will ever put Sting in the Hall of Fame? If Sting were to leave TNA and there was enough people campaigning for it, then yes, I do. The thing with Sting is he has never worked for WWE. But you know what? Neither did Vern Gagne. Neither did neither did a lot of the guys that are in the Hall of Fame now. Like Gordon Solie. Eddie Graham. Jack Briscoe. None of those guys ever worked for WWE. Jack may have. I take that back. Jack may have. When they sold Georgia Championship Wrestling. But Sting deserves a spot in the big Hall of Fame of the business. He was a huge part of the NWA and WCW in their heyday. He's a huge part of TNA now. He is a huge name in the industry's history, period. And he deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame. There's no question about that.
This is from Eric Barnes. Noah's little butt buddy. The guy that didn't... No, wait, that was Eric something else that impersonated me. This is his new butt buddy, his different butt buddy. Why do you act like such a mark and kiss the wrestlers' arses so much when you do interviews? P.S. Noah Donish is better than you. Aaron, let me ask you this. And respond audibly so Noah can hear you. In the course of my interviews over the last, now, 6 years, have I ever once, at the time I was interviewing the wrestler, worn the t-shirt of that said wrestler?
You wore an ECW shirt.
That wasn't his shirt, though. That was a company t-shirt.
It was not.
It was, and that was for Rob, and Rob wore one too. When I interviewed him with the ECW shirt on. That was different. I did mark out for Rob Van Dam. I will personally admit to that.
You did not wear an NWO shirt for a Kevin Nash interview.
Thank you. Thank you. Do I mark out when I interview wrestlers all the time on camera? No. Off camera? You damn right. I got them to sign the little XMV things that we had when I did the XPW tapings. Everything. But the difference is, I now know, after years of doing this and experience behind me, that you put the show first, and then if there's time, you go, okay, let's be a mark for a few seconds. Can I have your autograph? This, that. And not to rub salt in a nasty wound, but, I'm going to do it because I'm going to get so much heat for this with somebody that I really cared for and that I really have respect for now. We've come to a terms of agreement. I wore an ECW shirt when I interviewed Rob, but at least I didn't ask him to smoke out in the back on the air. Aaron caught that on film. I wish you'd caught the turn down. That would have been the best ever. I'm sorry, Mike. Noah's just under my skin. Eric's under my skin. They're bugging me. Is Eric coming down with Noah?
No.
Where's Eric Barnes person? Does he even live up there with him?
East Coast.
He's East Coast. Come to SummerSlam, Eric. Please. Bastard.
This one, I can't even read this one. The name cut off. It looks like Fallout. I guess a Fall Out Boy fan. I don't know. I know Fall Out Boy fans like wrestling. You learn something new every day on this show, people. That's why you watch Talk Wrestling, because you learn something new every time. They want to know. Okay, I didn't read this question yet. It just came in the inbox. Something about John Graziano's dad. Okay, apparently the father of the child the kid who Nick Hogan hurt in the car accident has been arrested for plotting to kill his ex-wife by putting her in a car accident. This is kind of like not wrestling related, but it is because it involves the Hogan family. So I'm going to address it. You're an idiot! How can you possibly think you would get away with something like this? That's awesome. That is so funny that this guy thought he would get away with murder. And it's so funny that people make noise in my background when they think they won't get happen. You know, just because they got a pee bad. Get in there! Look, I'll throw something at you like I do your man. I got him good last show. Why am I putting it here? I'm used to the camera in front of me. I got you good in the last show, didn't I? Yes, I did. Anyway. Yeah, Graziano's dad, it's hilarious to me that he thinks that, you know, I don't know if he's lost his mind since his son is now permanently debilitated, for lack of a better word. It's sad to watch, but it's funny at the same time, you know? It's I don't know. We got a celebration coming up. Next show. See, the thing is, Aaron, if we'd done a show every week, we'd be way past this milestone by now. But we haven't. We've been a little sketchy. Next show is number 50. And Aaron and I have been talking. We think we're gonna invite a few guests onto the next show. Maybe have a roundtable discussion. Maybe just go out and play at a theme park or something. Go do something fun. Because Aaron's house gets a little stuffy after a while. We need a little air. And I do this after work during the week, and I want to go out on a Saturday and do something because, you know, I got to go home, and I got to go home and take care of Dylan after this and come here from work where I don't make any sales and I'm not making any money and everything's frustrating. And this stuff like this happens where I get pissed off at people. I need a fun show. So next show, we're going to have a fun show. 51, I'll go back to telling McEvoy to go fuck himself. 51, I'll tell Noah, please come to SummerSlam. 51, I'll address the stupid questions and the facepalm question and everything else. But for episode 50, we're going to have a little fun. So don't miss that. Oh, the email, huh? I almost forgot. I have a new email. I have a new email that I set up specifically for this show on Yahoo. Because, well, my personal email has been flooded with emails, not just from spam and from crap, but from you guys trying to ask me a question for the show. Here it is. Aaron, right here in front of me. Talk Wrestling, no DQ, @yahoo.com. That's the Yahoo email from now on. Talk Wrestling, no DQ, @yahoo.com. Follow the bouncing ball. That's what the Yahoo email is. You can also reach me, of course, at myspace.com/Jeff Meacham. If you can't get into my email, myspace.com/Aaron Rift. You'll find the show there. YouTube.com/NoDQCAW. And, of course, the best wrestling website of all time, NoDQ.com. 10 years and counting. Dun, dun, dun. We're already planning the 15-year anniversary of NoDQ.com. The XMV reunion once again. Of course, I'll be the only one there because I'm the only one that actually kept things in order for that. What was that, Beth? A 5-hour tape? You remember that, right? Yeah. We'll see you next time for a fun episode of Talk Wrestling number 50.